Hi dear students, welcome to a new session of Color Cube. Today we are continuing with chapter 10, Motion and Measurement of Distance. Today we are going to discuss on length and its standard unit. Every now and then in our life we are concerned about length or distance. In our day-to-day life, measurement of distance or length is a very common activity. You please consider the distance from your home to the nearest shop. Think about the distance from your home to the school. Actually, what is the term meaning of length or distance? Both these terms are almost the same. See, in the figure you can see two balls. One blue ball is here and one red ball also. Can you find the distance between these two balls? You may either use your scale or tape to measure the distance between them. Distance is how one object is how much far from the other. Actually, that is the meaning of distance. This object is how much far away from this. That is the meaning of distance. Length means how much is the measurement of this. How much is the expansion of this. Here you can see the length of a pen. It is almost 8.5 centimeter. So we can say both length and distance are almost the same. Length means the expansion or the total space of the object, and distance is the how much far one object is from the other one. Let's see some examples. In traditional days, how people used to measure things? Do they have a standard measurement? No, they don't have a standard measurement. During those days, people used to use some non-standard units. That means their own body parts was used to measure the length. That means normally use the hand span, palm, digit, cubit, pace, foot span and arm span, etc. You might have seen your grandparents measuring some objects roughly using these ways. These are some of the non-standard units of measuring length. They are not so accurate. Why people are not using these non-standard units for all the other matters? Even to build a house, to measure the distance between two places and all? Because they are not perfect. They have some drawbacks. See, here one person is going to measure this table. If another person of having a different hand span is measuring this table, both their number of hand span, that means number of times the hand span repeated will be different. Now I'm giving you an activity. Can you measure the length of your study table using your hand span? First you measure it. How many times your hand spans are needed to measure the length of the table? Now you just ask your mother or father to measure the table using her hand span. Is those two measurements correct? Actually, the length of the table is same, but there is a difference in the number of times hand spans used. It is due to the difference in the size of the hand span. So, we can say that hand span is not an accurate unit to measure. So, we can say that the traditional methods of measuring length were the use of the length of one's foot or other body parts, but was inconsistent since this varies from person to person and lacks uniformity. We just seen that The length of your husband is different from that of your friends, and it is different from that of your mothers or fathers. So, if you measure like that, there is no uniformity. It varies from person to person. To make accurate measurement, we need a standard unit and a proper measuring device. In order to have an accurate measurement, we need a standard unit and a proper measuring device. Standard unit of measurement. Scientists from all over the world have accepted a common standard units of measurement. The International System of Units, that means SI unit, was set up as the convention for measurement of worldwide. That means a standard unit of measurement was set so that all the people in this world will be using that same unit, so that the measurement will be accurate and perfect in all the places. Here, meter is the SI unit of length. Very important. Meter is the SI unit of length. That means wherever we go around this world, meter is the standard unit of length. Normally, meter is represented as small letter M. Meter is the SI unit of length. To measure larger distances, we use kilometers. To measure larger distances, we use kilometers. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. Some of the smaller units of measurement distance are centimeter, millimeter, etc. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So, the smallest unit, comparatively, the smallest unit is 10 millimeter. That means millimeter is the smallest unit. Just above that, centimeter. And above that, meter and kilometer. It is the smallest unit. Comparatively, normally we are using millimeter. Just above that, centimeter will be there. Then meter and kilometer. These are the standard units of measurement which we use in our daily life. See smaller scales. This is your ruler. This is your ruler, and these are the normal scales which you people are using. That means in order to measure the centimeters, millimeters, and all, we used to use these scales. These are meter rods. These are mostly used by cloth merchants and all. In the shops you can see these types of meter rods in order to cut the cloth easily. But tailors will be having a measuring tape in order to measure the size of our body and all. Measuring tape is better than meter rod. See, in a long jump pit and high jump pit and all, which type of measurement is taken? Which instrument is used? Measuring tape. You can see the measuring tape is used to measure the distance in case of long jump, standing jump, etc. Next, we are going to measure the length of a curved line. Till now, we learned about measuring the length of a straight line. If a curved line is given, how will you measure it? See, here you can see a curved line, and the starting point is A and the ending point is B. If you are given such a line, how will you use it? How will you measure it? To measure the length of curved lines, you can use a string or a thread. Here I took a thread and fixed properly at one end, and along this line I kept the thread in a proper way, and I marked the end also. After setting it like this, you can take out it by holding at this end, and using your measuring tape you can measure the length. So that will be the length of this curved lines. Did you understand it? In order to measure the length of curved lines, use a string or thread and place that thread over that curved line perfectly. Once you kept it, you can mark the end, starting point and ending point in the thread, and can measure the length of the thread using the measuring tape. Now, let's see what are the things we should keep in mind to make a correct measurement of length. There are certain things we should be very careful about while measuring the length of objects. While measuring length using a meter scale or a ruler, we must follow carefully the steps given below. First step is the ruler should be kept along the length of the object so that zero mark on the ruler coincides with the one end of the object. That means while we are measuring the length of an object, the zero mark on the ruler and one end of the object should be in a straight line. Zero mark of the scale and one end of the ruler should be in a straight line. See here. Here I am going to measure the length of my pencil. Now to measure the length, here my zero mark and the ending point of my scale is in a perfect way so that I can measure it properly. This is the first step you should be careful about. Zero mark and the end of the object should be in a straight line. That means it should be perfect. Next one is, while taking the measurement, eye should be correctly positioned. Here, three boys are measuring the length of this cardboard. Can you tell me which person is correct? Which boy will measure the length of the cardboard perfectly? Either A, B or C. Who will be getting the correct answer? While measuring an object, our eye and the measuring tape should be in a straight way. That means this boy have done it in the best way. Only second boy is correct and these two boys will get wrong answer. While taking the measurement, the eye should be correctly positioned. See, first boy will get the answer as 8.1, something like that. Third boy will get the answer as 6.9. And the center, middle person will be getting the right answer as 7.5. The third thing is, if the edge of the ruler is worn out or broken, the measurement should be taken from any other full mark of the ruler. Sometimes your ruler may be worn out or broken, so that is zero end may not be perfectly okay. In such cases, we should take measurement from the other full mark of the ruler. Here the edge of the ruler is worn out. So if it is like that, we should not measure like this. It will be incorrect. And this is the proper way of measuring. So as it is worn out, I took 1 as the starting point so that I can measure it perfectly. So please keep in mind, if the edge of the ruler is worn out or broken, the measurement should be taken from any other full mark of the ruler. This is incorrect in case of worn out edges, and this is the correct one. Thank you.